The first of the 4 quintessential hip mobilizations is the 90-90 transition. This is where you're sitting in a 90-degree angle, one leg out to your side, one leg out in front of you. I like to grab this front leg and pull up on the foot with my arm while resisting with my leg. That's also mimicking if you were just to be pressing into the ground in abduction. So make sure you have that posterior hip capsule contraction when you're pushing into the ground here. I like to turn up the dial, remember to breathe, all the way up to 90 to 100% contraction on that outer hip, and then release and go a little deeper. Now the transition component of this trains relative motion between your hips and your pelvis. It's not a in sync 90-90 transition, and that's often where people will start thinking they're opening their hips in posterior rotation, but just be kind of torquing on that lower SI. So to train strength and mobility in relative motion between the hips and the pelvis, we want these legs working independent of one another, which looks like this. And come over here and repeat your isometric contraction protocol, pulling up with the arm, pushing down with the leg into the floor, into abduction, into the ground. Turn that dial up to 100. Remember to breathe. Then release it to around 20% engagement, trying to get a little deeper. So this is a quintessential movement to be training hip mobility, and it's really, really potent. I do it every day when I wake up and before I go to bed, and it's an excellent routine to complement all the things you're also doing to get those hips gooey, loose, happy, and strong. And if it's too difficult, you can simply sit back. If you're putting too much stress articulating your SI joint relative to your pelvis, you can just sit back a little bit. Instead of grabbing your foot, resist the motion this way. Repeat 5 times each side, total of 10, 5 isometric contractions. Release on the right leg, and 5 isometric contraction releases on the left. Good luck. Stay tuned for the next 3 bonus hip trainings.